What's happening? I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what your intentions are. I don't know what your I don't know future ambitions are, your plans are for your future. I don't know who's actually going to watch this, but I'm sure I'm not the only person who's going to go through days where it's difficult. You feel blocked, or it feel like it's you're kind of going through a period where it's difficult to continue doing what it is you're doing, whatever it is you set out to achieve and accomplish, and you have those you have doubts or something telling you to go back to doing what it was you were doing before, when you wanted to make the transition from one to another. So like you have a goal from eating healthy, like say you wanted to go on a specific diet, and you're going through that transition where your body's getting used to the new types of food and your body's not really used to it, but now as you're doing it, you need to stay consistent with what it is you're doing. Anyway, the point I'm stating is, even during those difficult times when you have those doubts or you have those concerns or worries or whatever, you got to stay consistent with what it is you're doing, and you got to remind yourself. And I'm not just talking about you have like a logical reminding yourself. You have the emotion behind it. Energy is emotion. Your emotion. Why are you doing it? What's the emotional impact you have on yourself? Because you could logically remind yourself of what you're doing, but if you can't emotionally and have that visceral reaction where your entire body has that sensation of I'm doing this for whatever the reason is, and then you go through that, you have to stay consistent with it. Anyway, the point I'm trying to say is, even on those difficult days where it's sometimes difficult to continue doing what it is you're doing, I always remind myself and have those visceral, like I do a 5, 10, 15, 30 minutes sometimes where I sit down with my eyes closed and just imagine what it is I want, what it is I want. And not like these logical things, is where you really have an emotional reaction where your entire system is engaged in the experience that you're trying to achieve, where your entire being is focused on what it is, and when you come back out you feel like you've already achieved it. All right, that's what I'm talking about. You have to remain consistent even though it might be difficult at certain times. Like I hope we all go through those difficult times. So that's what I wanted to say today, that even in the difficult times, remain consistent with what it is you want and why it is you want it, and have those responses in your own being. Why do you want what you want? What is it you really want to achieve out of this? So that's what I wanted to say today. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one. See ya.